Welcome back to the channel, everybody. This is Kodeations coming at you today with another video. So this video today is going to be a beginner's guide or a tips and tricks for the new players and the beginners in the game. Now, this is going to be a couple different video series, and what I mean by that is there's just so much to talk about and so much to inform new players and beginners on what to do and what not to do, and that I really don't want to miss out on anything, and I want to be able to deliver all of that content, but I also don't want to make an hour-long video. So we're going to split this up in a couple different chunks. So today I'm going to teach you 5 different things that I wish that I knew when I was a new player and a beginner in this game. Let's check it out. Alrighty, so taking a look at the first thing on my list today is going to be diamonds. So you just downloaded this game, you're playing this game, you've maybe got a couple days into this game, maybe you are a mid-game or a late-game player, but either way, it doesn't matter. The first thing and the most obvious thing that you're going to try to do based on other idle games or other mobile games that you have played is this diamond currency, as you can see up here at the top window. This diamond currency is going to be very compelling. And so what I mean by that is that if you are a free-to-play player, you don't have loads of money to dump into this game, do not fret. You can play this game free to play. Your progression might be a little bit slower than those that are paying to play, but nevertheless, I don't think that it's going to hinder you or make or break you if you do free to play in this game. So continue on your way. But one of the traps that you need to be aware of and do not fall into is the summoning hall dead center of your screen. So when you click on the summoning hall, one of the biggest things you're going to see on here is you're going to see, I think it's like 2,500 or something like that to do a 10 pull, and then it's like 250, or there's, you know, some ridiculous number on just to summon one out of your heroic summons. Okay, so here's the first tip: do not spend your diamonds on summons out of the summoning hall. Okay, so that is a huge mistake. That is something that you're going to regret it, because it cost way too much to do 10 pull summons or even single pull summons. You will obviously come in here to do your basic, your heroic once, and your friendship summon once to complete your dailies and such, potentially. But as far as buying them with diamonds for your heroic, do not do this. That is going to be number one on my tip list right now. I wish I would have known that going in. I can't tell you how many 2,500 gems or diamonds that I have blown and wasted on 10 pull summons that did absolutely nothing for me, that I did not get anything good out of it. I got all 3 stars, etc. So again, it is just definitely not worth it. So steer clear from that. The second thing on the list that I have on here is do not get roped into going to your hero section, maxing out or capping out your capacity. So what I mean by that is in the top right hand corner, as you can see here, I can hold 110 heroes. I have 100 in my inventory. Once I get to 110, you will get a nice little lovely pop-up that pops up and it says, hey, increase your hero capacity, either pay diamonds or, pay to be VIP status in the game. So that again is going to be my second tip. Do not worry about spending diamonds to increase your hero capacity. As you can see here, this is not a good trade-off. 300 diamonds for only 5 additional hero slots. Again, definitely not worth it. Do not get roped into doing this. If you are hitting hero capacity, be sure to carefully go through some of your 3-star heroes, if you have to, and dismantle some of them if you are doing some summons. But that leads me into the next point, and that is the altar. So when you go to the altar and you get here, you will see the option to dismantle, reset, and revert. So the dismantle option is actually the one that has been in the game for as long as the game has been around. The reset and revert option were just added in the latest patch, so we will discard those for now. But the dismantle option here is going to be the one that you are going to want to keep in mind. Dismantle 1 stars and 2 stars. So 1 stars and 2 stars. all the time. So they do absolutely nothing for you. You can't upgrade them. You can't level them up. You can't, they only have one ability. They absolutely add zero value to any of your teams and your comps. So the only thing they are good for is resources. So you're going to place your 1 stars and 2 stars in here. You're going to hit the dismantle button. When you do, it'll pop up and tell you the rewards that you have achieved from that. And as you will see, you'll get some green, some red, and some purple gems, and some gold if you've invested that kind of stuff. But nevertheless, that's the tip. So dismantle 1 stars and 2 stars, no matter what. 3 stars are going to be a case-by-case basis. And so what I mean by that is you actually need 3 stars in this game to level up your 4-star units to 5-star units. You need 4, I think, 3-star units per faction when you are going to push a 4-star unit to a 5-star. So with that being the case, 3 stars are important, but they are not as important, obviously, as like 4 stars and 5-star units. But with that being said, you do not want to dismantle all of your 3-star units just to clear out your hero capacity or your hero storage. In my opinion, like I said, it is just advised that you carefully do so. And what I mean by that is looking at some of your heroes that you have that you want to upgrade, and that sort of thing kind of determines on which ones from which factions that you should be dropping. Another good rule of thumb is maybe just keeping, you know, 5, or sorry, not 5, keeping like 6 to 10 of each faction if you can, depending on what level you are and depending on how many open slots that you have in your thing. So that's just not a bad idea, not a bad rule of thumb to go off of. So that is going to be that tip for dismantling. So make sure to dismantle 1 stars and 2 stars all the time. Keep and save your 3 stars until you are hitting hero cap, and then you can potentially go through those and pick and choose carefully which ones that you should or should not dismantle. So another thing, while we're in the altar, I will just give a brief explanation. When you go to the reset button, if you have invested any resources in any character, as you can see here on my right side of my screen, you can place that character in this slot here, and then you pay 50 diamonds, and it'll give you a preview of all of the rewards or all of the resources that you have used on that specific character or hero. You can click the reset button, you pay 50 diamonds, and will reset your hero back to level 1, and it will give you all of the resources that are shown in this box. This is not something to plan ahead on, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Do not level up heroes that you plan on just coming in and resetting at a later time just to do it. As a new player and as a free-to-play player in this game, it is going to be your mission to save and use your diamonds, as we spoke about at the beginning of the video, as efficiently as possible. So that's going to be something that, you know, again, I would not come in here and continue to constantly do different resets. Instead, what I would do is I would actually look at the heroes, and what you can do is you can click on the gallery down here, and you can see the heroes that you have achieved, you can see the heroes that you don't have, and you can see the ones that you potentially want to go for. And so as you can see here, as a beginner player, one of the things I did not take into consideration or really catch on to right away is on the top of this list here, you will see a number in the top right hand corner for these heroes, and it says 250. So what does that mean? That is the max level cap that this said hero, or these top 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the top 8 for Fortress, for instance, show you. So 250. So these are going to be what they call your natural 5-star heroes. So these are the heroes that are going to be summoned always at a 5-star, no less. And then you will jump into your 4-star units, which will be the max out at 200. So as you can see right here, it is 5 of those for the Fortress class, or Fortress race or faction, whatever you want to call it. And then these max out at level 200. So what does that exactly mean? So when you go to your heroes and you click on like this person here, right here, she is a 5-star unit. She's a bad example because I already have leveled her up. So I want to give you somebody Here you go. Here's another copy of her. So this is how she is actually summoned. So this is a 5-star unit, as you can see right here. And then you can see that she has level 1 out of level 100. Once you hit to level 100, you actually have to click this button here to push her to be able to level up to 120. And it requires some another copy of her. And then it also requires a 5-star unit of that specific faction to allow her to go to 120, and she basically works her way all the way up to 50, as you can see right here. So you can see that she has the ability to go to level 200 or 250. Okay, so again, so that just kind of gives you a little bit of understanding of what that level really means. So I'm coming into the gallery, taking a look at this again underneath the fortress. You can see, like I said, some of these people have 250, those are natural 5 stars. 200 is going to be your natural 4 stars, and then everything below that is going to be your 3s, your 2s, and your 1s. So your 1s and your 2s are not going to matter. Those are going to be dismantled right away as you summon them and pull them. Your 3-star units are going to be saved, of course, in order to push your 4-star units to a technical, or push your 4-star units to a 5-star. When you do that, it does not increase their level cap to 250. Their level cap is still going to be 200, and that's what these numbers represent, is just showing you that no matter how much you upgrade those heroes, their max level is always going to be predicted in the top right hand corner. So keep that in mind. And that leads me to the next point. Your team comp does not matter as a new player. So what I mean by that is when you come here to the campaign hall and you go to, we're going to switch servers really quick so I can show you. I've progressed as far as I could on that server real quick. Currently, take a drink while this is loading. Refreshing coffee. So you come in here to the campaign hall, and you are going to hit the battle button, okay? And you're going to assemble your heroes on here. This doesn't really matter for me for this point of this video. I'm just going to show you what it is that... what do we have here? Sure, we'll just do that one. Okay, so what I mean by that is when you go to the battle button, like this, you will see that we are not getting any lineup buff. Okay, so as you see right here, it shows you the enemy that we're fighting right here that are level 89s have a lineup buff. So they have Ragnarok, which is deploys 6 heroes from a single race. So you come here, it looks like they are all grave units, or the undead units with the purple skulls. So therefore they are getting this bonus, which is 15% HP, 15% attack. None of this stuff matters because it says only heaven and hell heroes. But as you can see here, they are getting that additional lineup buff. Okay, so some people in the game, or you yourself, you can get tied up with trying to develop a lineup buff, and a synergy, I guess, is what is the best way to explain it. And there's a couple different synergies in the game. You get a synergy for having, obviously, all of your heroes being the exact same faction, right? So as we just saw there, the second option is going to be having 3 heroes from one faction and 3 heroes from another faction. And then the last one, I believe, is going to be... maybe there's 4. The last one is going to be, or another one is going to be 1 hero from each faction. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if you have 1 hero from all 6 factions, that is a buff. And then I thought there was a buff, I think, for 2, 2, 2, and 2. So what I mean by that is 2 from Fortress, 2 from Savage, and 2 from Forest, or vice versa. But basically having those different comps, I'm pretty sure counts as a buff. So to play with that, what we could do is we could come here again, switching back to another account here really quick, just so I can hit that battle button. And show you really quick. So these synergies, I'm just trying to give you guys a better understanding of exactly what the synergies are and what I'm referring to. So when you come here, I'm pretty sure if you do 2-2, and I'm not going to play these guys, but if I was, yeah, So you can see that because I've played two forest characters, two grave characters, and two fortress characters, and this color little orb lights up. When I click that, it'll tell me, so Trinity Force. So deploy heroes from 3 races and 2 from each. You get these buffs. So you get plus 12% HP and plus 8% attack, which is a nice little buff. I'm pretty sure if we do 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6. So here is the one that we just saw when we were fighting that person. So 15% attack or HP and 15% attack, which is a nice little buff. And then I'm pretty sure if we do another 3, is it 3, 3? Yes, it is. Okay, so 3, 3. So 3 grave units or undead units and 3 fortress units. Again, we get a 1 here. So binary power. Deploy heroes from 2 races and 3 from each. So we only get 8% attack or HP and 12% attack bonus buff for that one. So I'm not really sure if there's another synergy. Oh, there is. Yeah. So if you actually place one of each, I believe is what it is. If you place one of each, what do we got here? Savage. The fortress is the last one. Yep, it is. Boom, right here. So if you place one of each, you will unlock the rainbow, which is going to give you the 10% HP and 10% attack. Okay, and then you will also pick up these two because you do have a hero unit and you do have a hell unit. So you will pick up 1% HP, damage immune 1%, and this is only affecting the hero and the hell unit that you have on your lineup. Okay, so now I showed you those synergies. Why do they not matter? They do not matter at all at the beginning of the game because that little bit of additional attack and HP that you get is minimal for what you actually need or what is required to complete through the campaign. So that is not something that I would sweat right now or that I would worry about. Instead, what I actually suggest doing is using whatever 5-star units that you have. So of course, starting out in this game, you're not going to have a lot of 5-star units. So you're going to be using 4-star units, which is, again, not a bad thing to use, especially as I mentioned with the reset feature that was just added into the altar. So you can use 4-star units in this game effectively. So basically using those 4-star units are going to be great. However, there comes with stipulations. So that leads me to my next point. Your 4-star unit should only be used until you get a 5-star unit to replace it. Okay, so once you get a 5-star unit, so for instance, if I am using this ranger, for instance, which is a 4-star ranger, you know, Phantom Archer. So if I'm using this person, for instance, okay, because that's all I have, you know, she's a 4-star unit and I need a damage unit, so this is what I was using. Once I was able to achieve a different 5-star unit that was a ranger, so for instance, this Dark Ranger, he's a natural 5-star unit. You know, I'm going to want to replace, you know, this 4-star ranger with this 5-star, or this, you know, this 5-star ranger, you know what I mean, which is the Royal Archer. Either way, it doesn't matter. My point is when you get your 4-star unit should only be used until you get a 5-star unit to replace them. And then your goal is to continue with those 5-star units until basically the end of time, to continue to leveling up those 5-star units, you know, as you go along to get to max level, you know, for in game. Your 4-star units are not to be used late game, as like we mentioned before in the gallery. You can see the 4-star units cap out at level 200. Therefore, you will be missing out on 50 levels at the end of towards end game when you get to level 200 and your 4-star is maxed out. It is not going to benefit you whatsoever. So you need to make sure that you are not pushing those 4-star units you know, that far in the game. So my recommendation would be to try to keep your 4-star units to that level 80 mark. If you're using the 4-star units, you should be able to achieve on free to play, you should be able to achieve enough 5-star units, as this account, for instance, taking a look at this. This is our streamer account. This is an account that I've been playing through with you guys. This is strictly free to play account. I have not paid anything on this account. Here's your 2 newbie boons, or your growth journeys, and these are the stuff that I was just talking to you about. But as you can see here, just going to my heroes tab, you can see we've already picked up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-star or 6 5-star heroes just by playing this game. So we have not done anything else. We have not paid for summons. We haven't bought summons, anything like that. So we should be well into that same realm. So as you can see here, we had this 4-star unit. She was level 100. We ended up, summoning some of these other rangers, so we stopped using her. Okay, so that is just something to keep in mind when doing so. All right, so that leads me into the next point. So what should you be doing every single day, the bare minimum, when you log on to this game? And that's going to be it for this video. I'm going to tidy this video up. We'll make a part 2 to this and a part 3 probably, just to make sure I cover all of the information. But what should you be doing? First things first, you should be doing all of your quests. These are daily reset quests. They have a reset timer up here at the top. By completing all of these quests, you are going to get, obviously, as you see here, some of these smaller rewards. You're going to get some diamonds. You're going to get some gold, green gems, everything like that. You do get these magic coins to spin. But last but not least, the most important, you're going to get 100 diamonds for completing all 10 of them. So this is going to be probably number 1. You need to make sure that you're focusing on getting all this stuff. When you come here to do these quests, it's going to actually take you through some of the other features in the game that you will be able to take advantage of, especially late game. You're going to be doing all of this anyways. It takes me, once you get this process down, I want to say it takes me approximately 5 to 10 minutes to go through and do all of these daily quests. They're not very hard. They kind of go in order. So the first one here on the top, use alchemy twice. Alchemy is when you click here on the gold icon, she pops up like right here. You get the 1 free one, and then you get to spend 20 diamonds in order to claim the second one. Obviously, it's going to be worth it because you're going to get 100 diamonds back, so you're not wasting your money really here, and you're getting gold for it. But you're going to do that one. Then you're going to send 5 hearts. Your 5 hearts that you're going to send are going to be going over here to the 2-person icon right here. And this is going to be your friends. So you're going to go ahead and click this button to send that, and it will automatically send your hearts every single day. How do you get friends? If you go to the chat box up here to the left, you will see people all are on here just like this. And like this person, people are constantly posting, add please, add please. This person says don't add me, but add me, etc. So all you do is you click on their picture here, it pops up, it shows you their lineup that they have that they're using for their defending team. You click the little person icon with the plus, and then you're just basically, it says applied, I sent that to him. Or I sent him a friend request. So again, as you can see here, we come through here, you hit claim and send, and it will send everything. And when the ones that they send you, you will claim as well. You can go to the summoning hall and you can use those here to perform a summon. These summons do have a option to be a 4-star and a 5-star, I believe. So take advantage of that when you can do those summons. But back to what I was saying is the first things, or one of the most important things, is going to be to complete your daily quest when you log into the game. If you have no other time, then that is what I recommend doing. The second thing on the list is going to be your tavern quest. So when you look at your quest, one of the steps that you need to complete for your dailies is going to be complete 2 tavern quests. Now, the first time you load up the game and you start doing this, obviously you're not going to be able to complete those tavern quests right away. So that is why, like I said, you need to keep an eye out on this timer. However, you can get ahead of that timer and you can be in the situation that I'm in. So in order to complete these 2 tavern quests, I'm going to go to tavern here. As you can see, I already have 4 of them already done and ready to be claimed. So I am just playing it smart, and I'm not claiming these right now. And once this timer is up in 11 hours and this resets and it wants me to complete 2 more, I will come in here. I'll click on the tavern. I will have a whole bunch of more tavern quests, 5 to be exact. I'll have 5 additional that I can start, and then I will claim 2 of these. And then I will continuously do that to where I can always complete the 2 tavern quests per day for the daily. So that is another little tip and trick to make sure that you take advantage of. Next on the list is just going to be basically if you've got a little bit more time on your hands, to press through the campaign hall as much as you can. Of course, this requires your activity level, and it does not do that automatically for you in idling. So idling just basically stands here at the stage that you're on and continues to beat that stage, etc., to kill random mobs. So you will collect resources, which is great, but you're not progressing in the campaign. So that is going to be something that you're going to want to do and take advantage of, is to, when you have additional time, hit that campaign, that hall as much as possible. Another thing on that list is going to be just basically, again, it's going to require you to be active, is going to be Dark Tower. So just continuously climb the Dark Tower. It's very simple, similar to campaign. You click the battle button, you basically place your heroes down, and then once you place your heroes down, you click battle. You can use skip battle if you want to, just to save on time. And then if you win, you win. If you are defeated, you'll get a defeated sign. Nothing happens besides you use one of these Abyss keys. And these Abyss keys give you a new key every 30 minutes. They do cap out at 10, so I would recommend just continuously hitting the battle button, even if you are being defeated, because there is a chance that you can get, RNG to be on your side that will allow you to complete this and move ahead, even if you have been failing it. So because your keys reset, there's no harm in using them and burning them up. So that's going to be it for me, guys, for this video. We have just hit the 24-minute mark. I do apologize for the long video, but like I said, nevertheless, we need to get the information out there to the new players and the beginners as much as possible. So be sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below. Hit that notification bell if that's what you are into. If you would like, send me some messages on Discord, anything like that, to let me know what you thought about the tips and tricks. If you have any additional tips and tricks that I can feature in some new or some of the other videos, please let me know. But for now, I will see you guys on the next video.